Hi, I'm Victoria, and I just wanted to do a quick tutorial to show you how I use markers and color pencils to color hair. So this coloring sheet that I'm using is available for free download on my blog site at createyourshine.com. So if you want to color along with me, you can download that free coloring page. I start out by doing is coloring all over the entire hair with a very light gray color pencil. I'm using Prismacolors here, and I'm using a 30% cool gray. It's actually number 1061. But if you're very heavy-handed, you might want to start out with a lighter gray. You can use a 10% or 20% cool gray here. Step is to go in with a very black color pencil. This is again Prismacolor color pencils that I'm using. This is color Noir 935. I tend to color in the areas that will be the most shadow in the hair, or the darkest part of the hair. And as you can see, I'm starting coloring underneath the flowers because the flowers are going to cast a shadow onto the hair, and therefore that part of the hair is going to be dark. I'm also then going to add the black to the ends of the hair because I'm going to leave the parts of the hair that are bent outwards a lighter color. And so her bangs right here in the front, they bend outwards going downwards, and any hair or any object that's going downward would be darker towards the end of it. So I'm going to color the ends of her hair very dark, and I'm going to leave the parts of the hair that bend outward or that I feel like will be hit with the most light. I will leave those gray and avoid coloring those black for now. Okay, so right now I'm going to color underneath her arm and around her body with the black color pencil because her arm and her body is going to create a shadow on her hair. So that part of her hair is going to be very dark. It's not going to be able to receive any light. So there's not going to be any highlight on her hair in that part. The same with around the neck area where there is shadow from her face. That's going to block light. So that part around your neck is going to be very dark compared to a part on top of your head or where it's bent out, that's going to be able to capture some light. Okay, so now I'm actually going to go in with a very, very dark brown marker. I am not going to use black to color hair black with a marker. Because markers are so dense, you're not going to be able to build up that color and have that color variety that black hair actually has. It's not an actual solid black color because it's reflecting light. So I'm going in with the Copic Cashew color. It's E79. It's a very dark brown, and I'm just going to go over all the areas that I colored with the black colored pencils just to darken up the black color pencil, but not make it so dark that it's completely black. All right, so next I'm actually taking a colorless blender and I am touching it to the same dark brown marker that I was using before to create a bit of a lighter gray color to go over the areas where I want there to be a gray tone to the hair. And these are more like the highlighted areas of the hair. So instead of using a gray marker, which you could do, I just use the same marker so that it blends well and I know that it will all blend out together. Okay, again, so this is the Zero Colorless Blender that I'm actually using here, and I'm using it to create a sort of gray color. It's mixing with not only the brown color pencil the brown marker that I put down, but also the black color pencil that I put down and the gray color pencil. That's all mixing together with this colorless blender, and it's giving me the gray shade that I'm trying to get right now. And so I'm just going along the edge, just trying to blend out that harsh edge so that it transitioned from a dark brown to a gray. So I'm just going to go around the hair quickly, and not as much black as I put on in the very first time that I used black. I'm just going around where I am actually laying down a shadow, where I think that there would be a shadow. Like if you had light hair, where would there be a shadow on your hair? So right around where the flowers are, where her arm is casting a shadow down on her hair, where her body will be casting a shadow onto her hair, those areas I'm going back in with the color pencil. I'm pressing firmly, and I'm trying to create really, really dark areas right there. Okay, my next step is to actually put some black variation into the hair, because right now the hair is mostly dark brown with gray highlights, and just around the edges where there is shadow is really black. So right now I'm going to go in and put in streaks of black throughout the hair, and that will give it a very darker look, but also a variety to the hair, and make it look like it has actual hair strands and not like a solid black hair or a solid black shape. It actually has strands into the hair. So I went from dark brown and gray, and now I'm streaking in the black with the color pencils. And in this step, you want to make sure your color pencil is really sharp so that you can get some sharp lines. Okay, so my last step is to put highlights on. And so I just jumped ahead here because I finished up coloring the rest of this character, and I just wanted to show you guys the highlights for the hair. Now I'm using a acrylic paint marker for this part. You can use any brand you like. It really just is a preference. I am using an ivory color. This is not a white marker. However, you can use a white marker if that's what you have. Now I am just dotting on the color because these acrylic markers, they leach out a lot of paint. So I'm just putting a little dots on there, and I am streaking the color with this rubber paintbrush. Now these paintbrushes are usually used when crafting clay, but I like to use them when I'm doing certain art projects. So you can get these at any art store. They're just going to be in the clay department. They come with rubber tips, and some come with silicone tips. So I'm just dotting on a little bit of the highlights, and I'm streaking it through the hair, just at the parts where I feel like a lot of light would hit the hair, and it would give the hair a little more dimension. That's it. I hope this tutorial really helped you with coloring black hair. If you want to see how I colored her skin or the rest of this coloring, please check out my other videos on my channel. Thanks again.